Hello, this is Suzanne Clegg of SpiritGate.com, and today I'm going to talk about rapid image cycling. This is a visualization method made by William Bengston, and this video will probably only interest you if you're already familiar with it. So this is not training on how to. In order to learn how to do that, you should go to Bengston's website or his resources, bengstonresearch.com, and find out how to do it. He's got books, he's got recordings, he's got workshops. But I have been using his methods for about 12 years now, as this recording, and I just wanted to talk about the memorizing piece. So rapid image cycling has you memorize about 20 images of things that you want that you don't have, and then spin it around in circles, and there's a whole big thing about that. But I wanted to talk about memorizing, because it's one thing to think and dream. It's another to really embody what it is that we want. So when we are trying to think positively, when we're like doing our visualization process, maybe you have like a vision board, or there's this like there's just vast amounts of resources on how to visualize a positive future. It seems like, you know, doing that is like just a kind of a healthy thing to do, and there's lots of ways to do that. But it seems that something that runs common to all this is that you have to not only memorize, you can't just think about what you want, you have to embody it. You have to like be there as if it was happening. It has to get a click inside your body. It has to shift you emotionally, and like deeply emotional. So just like say you want to have, what's something that you might want? Maybe you want to have your closet cleaned out, and this darn closet never gets cleaned out, and you would just really love to have everything organized in the closet so that there were no duplicates and you could find everything. But this is something that you want that you don't have. So this is an example of something that somebody might want to have on their list of things that they want that they don't have. If you can just think about that, that's okay, but it probably isn't, bring it into your life a little better. But if you can actually visualize it like opening the door to this closet and like, wow, it's so great, I can see where everything is, or I can find everything, or about half the stuff is gone, or whatever, and you can really get that sensation in your body as if you are there and present with this wonderfully organized closet. That's going to bring it in better. But most visualization methods stop there, and I feel like the Bengston's rapid image cycling method goes a step further, which is really, really, really great. What he says is he recommends that people memorize a picture of you at this state. You're either looking at your wonderful organized closet, or you're looking, or you're looking at yourself looking at your organized closet. But either way, you have this photograph that you take that will remind you, when you look at this photograph, this is like an imaginary photograph, it will bring up this whole bodily felt response to the clean closet, for example. And so far that's kind of similar to most visualization techniques. But then he says to memorize this photograph. So you've got a movie, like the movie is opening up the closet and looking around and having this nice feeling, and feelings are in time. So you've got this movie that lasts at least a moment or two, right? But then you take a snapshot of it. And that snapshot, if you looked at it, if you took 5 or 10 seconds to look at that snapshot, all those feelings could very easily be recreated in you. And then what we want to do is we want to memorize it. And what the memorizing does it in Chinese medicine is they say it puts it into your blood. And I know that most people watching this are not Chinese medical people, although maybe some of you are. But they say that memory, there's two kinds of memory. There's the chi memory and there's the blood memory. And the blood memory is the kind like if you woke yourself up, and in the middle of the night you could say something. You don't have to like hunt around it in your memory. It's just memorized. You have it. That's a different level of owning something than if you were able to write down on a list of things the things you want, and you go, oh yeah, I remember I want the clean closet. and then you would find it that way. That's not really memorizing, it's just kind of knowing what you want. It's not as embodied. And so then the problem comes because I'm older and I hang out with older people, and memorizing is not our forte. So how do we get the embodiment that will help our rapid image cycling work without actually having to memorize it? And I would say that it's stages. That the main thing is that you're improving. That if you can memorize something, it's better than if you don't. And I don't want you to not just throw out the whole thing, because maybe as your memory decreases, maybe as your or just your current state of stress is such that it's hard to memorize, that you don't just throw out the whole method because you can't memorize it. It's okay to like read everything on your list once a day. Okay, get the clean closet thing, get the next thing, get the next thing, get the next thing. I think that is much better than throwing the whole method away, and you can get a lot out of that. I think the way to work is that you have to be improving at it. And if you have a little tighter ownership of the items on your rapid image cycling today than you did yesterday, that alone helps you have a living connection to your list. And that almost more important than having it memorized is having this living connection, this cutting edge, this, okay, I know my closet, my image of my organized closet better than I did yesterday. That there is some way of making a genuine contact that's new that will help. And my sense is that if you actually do that every day, you will get it memorized, unless you're completely senile or completely stressed because you have cancer or something. But just know that it's possible to embody in ways other than memorizing. That memorizing is sort of like the gold standard for I don't know what it is, but the reason I hesitate is the gold standard is what works for you. And if you're too stressed to memorize, you got to find a way to make it work anyway. And I'm just here to say that you can get better at it. You can make genuine contact with your list every day. And by doing that, you probably will memorize it. You can certainly drill it. You can test yourself. And it will come. It will come. All right. So that's my take on the memorizing piece of William Bengston's rapid image cycling. And again, this is just my take on it. It comes from using his method for about 12 years. And there's many, many, many other aspects to his method that I could talk about for hours and hours and hours. But just this little memorizing piece I thought I'd share with you today. Let me know if it helped you. Yeah, all right. Take care. Bye-bye.